Can you hear me now? I see something. Maybe. I'm doing all right, Mr. Mouse. How about yourself? Yay, we have sound. Beautiful. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the receiver for the um microphone is just it's a mess. Definitely need to get a new mic. I'll get there. But how's everybody doing today? It's nice to see everybody in here. Who do we have? We have Tristan, Cliff, Marco, Mr. Mouse, Kelly, Zach, Jay Bashan, Sergeant Maximus, MK Ultra. That's you, right, Miranda, Keith? Who else we got? I seen Groundfog in here, Jesse, Kelly, Joe, Burkles, yes, we gotta talk about your stuff, man. Burkles is killing it. I don't know, I seen a bunch of you guys. If I didn't say your name, I'm sorry. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Want to know why knives? Yes. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? What you making for dinner? What you cooking? What you already eat? And what you carrying today? As you see, I finally got back to Dixon. I was letting DVD borrow it. I'm happy to have it back. Until one of you guys get it. Such a good knife. Cannot wait to give this away though. It's definitely going to make somebody's day. But it's so good. It feels good in the hand. It makes all the right noises. It's just, and it's like, it's butter. It is. And I did start doing some work on this guy. Scale's coming soon. Grade 5 titanium. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be real sweet. I will say, I'm doing a lot of it by hand. Like the edges and stuff. I haven't finished them yet. I don't know when I will. I don't know when I'll be able to get back to the shop. I don't get there very often. I should have taken them home because well, no, because I can't do what I need to do without the mill. Because I got to do some texture next, and then I just got to blend, like, contour the handles, which I think I could. I don't know if I can take a rasp. I'll find out. I don't know if I can do that by hand or not, but we'll see. We will see. Because I honestly wish they would have really made like a premium version of this knife. It's so good. If you use that, for those of you who don't know, this is a Civivi Brazen in the Tonto shape, which I'm a big Tonto guy. It's one of my favorite shapes. 2-pound Moose Riley and Spanish rice for lunch. What is Moose Riley? I don't know what that is, Cliff. Sounds good. The Dixon is perfect. It is. That's why I'm kind of nervous to get a mini Dixon, or the little Dixon, I think they call it. I'm gonna get one. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely gonna get one. But I'm also gonna get another Dixon, so is what it is. Did I miss anybody's carrying stuff? Ron Dobbins, what's going on? But yeah, very good knife. And I can't help but carry Brian's knife. I can't put it down. I know I said I wanted to retire it so it's in good condition, because I do plan to put the shelf behind me. Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. I really, really enjoy this knife. He did a fantastic job. This, and it's like the Microjet is another knife I just cannot put down. It's so good. And honestly, I carry this in my left pocket. It's very left-hand friendly. I really enjoy this. Brian did a fantastic job. I can't say enough about it. And then, speaking of Burkles, who's been doing some yard work, it says, the chopper. This is so fantastic. I really like this. Um, this inspires you. Like, it inspires confidence. When you feel it, you pick it up. I know this wasn't like, this was more like a one-off type deal for him, but this is a good one. This is a really good one. I really, really like this. He did a great job. Um, I appreciate him letting me check this out. Brad, this should be in the mail, Wednesday, if not Thursday, the latest. Yeah, Thursday it would be. I'm sorry, yeah. Because I did have to order a new scale because I want to have all the stats on it and everything. And then, speaking of Brad, oh boy, oop, as I knock things over, the Biohazard V2 guys, he has this live on the website with a Scandi grind now. So good. It's so good. I was nervous when he told me, he's like, Caleb, it's very aggressive, the scales on it. They're 3D printed carbon fiber. I don't remember if he said PETG or PLA, but they feel really nice. Like, I don't care if you get these wet, it's gonna grip. I will say this, Brad, and I'm sure if somebody said something to you, you'd do it. I wish it did have a little bit more jimping. Just because the way I grab it way up here. But besides that, it's perfect. And I'm going to say it's perfect because I have the V1. And I like the changes you made. I like the fact that you have the rear tang exposed. Um, Especially if you're gonna hit up the website and get some of Kelly's mishmash goodies, because her goodies would go on this really, really, really nice. A nice, I don't know, silver and black lanyard bead or a titanium one, I think would fit this really nice. It does. It feels good in the hand though. And I will have a video out on these two guys probably tomorrow night because I had to order a new scale. Luckily, it will be here in the morning. Well, between 7 and 11 a.m., I think the website said. Amazon. But yeah, the Biohazard is one of my favorite EDC type fixed blades. It's a good size. It's not too big. It's really usable. And the new grind on it, I mean, it's just good. It is good. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I love Brad's work. Um, and I love watching it evolve. It's been really, really fun to see what he started with, what he's doing now. It's been really cool. And I've had the pleasure of handling most of the stuff he makes. So that's been fun. Hey, Dog One, Robert Feely, what's going on, everyone? It suits me. I enjoy it. My son was here when I opened the box, and he knows my favorite color is purple. If he's watching, I want to say hi to him. Hey, Holden, I seen your mom's name in here, so what's going on, buddy? But yeah, I really like the colors of this one. In the Cerakote, Burkle's obviously a Cerakote guy. His work is second to none. It really is. Like, the texture on here feels so, so good. And it takes a beat, and I can tell you that from using his knife in the yard. Like, it takes a beat, and I think there's only a couple of spots on here, and this gets used. There's only a couple of spots up top, and I think it's actually from the Kydex rubbing against it. But yeah, his stuff takes a beating. And what's nice is you can grab the new version of this in 1095 or Magna Cut. The price changes. It goes from 140 to 260. But if you're looking for Magna Cut, you're going to pay a premium. But I will say his 1095, he does a damn good job on. Actually, I haven't even had to touch, beside the strop, I haven't had to touch that up almost at all. I think I hit it with an 800 grit one time, and I brought it out to 3,000 because I wanted it to just, he really polishes his edge. and they look really good. So I brought it back out to 3,000. I don't know what he normally does, but it looked good. Fred the Lug, what's going on? Get anything new? I know you're getting new stuff in and out constantly, so. And it's always nice knowing what you get. You get some, you got an eye for it, that's for sure. That's a sweet fixie. Let's see the pocket clip. All right, so I will say this. If I'm going to make a negative thing on any of Brad's knives, I'm not a fan of these big guys. They do lock on. This is the new one. Let me, this is the Kydex he sent it with. You can also have a leather one made too, is on his website. I'm not a big fan of the bulkiness. As you know, even with, I got one of my Aries out right now. I carry that on a necklace. Aries makes a lot of the smaller knives, and they're great to wear around the neck. But yeah, these guys definitely have their place. Don't get me wrong. If I'm going to carry this, usually, like when I carry this guy, I'll actually switch the clip out. I like it just hanging in the pocket. I think he did that with this one too. Yeah, with the chopper. The chopper has one of these, and I enjoy these personally. And Brad, I gotta talk to you because let me see. I know I have it close. I'm not gonna show this on right now. Not too much. Not until it's perfect. But this is early work from Brad, and I enjoy this a lot. But before I show it, I want it to be perfect, like he would want. But his work is fun. I really like this. I carried this today too, but I am missing a screw, so I'm not showing it off yet. Playing with a Devo Nip L right now. Got it on a pass around, and I'm enjoying. Not a knife I would buy, since it's only one deployment and I like multiple. I'm finding myself more and more not liking rear flipper knives, which I still don't know how I feel. I think when I get the titanium scales on this, I think I'm going to file this guy off. I don't like rear flippers. And I can't make this into a front flipper, I don't think. Huh. Nah, I don't think it would work. The pivot's too high. But yeah, I'm not a fan of rear flippers anymore. I don't like how they feel in the pocket. Especially if you have something else in your pocket, it'll rub up against. Actually, I can show you exactly what it does. Where's my pen? I had a pen. Here's the pen. I agree, Fred. Single deployment is usually a no for me, but there are some I still get. Hey, Rachel Jordan, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know if you can see the wear mark, the brass, because, you know, fake titanium. All right here. That's actually from the flipper of this guy rubbing up against. That drives me mental. I do like studs, or like a Spidey hole, like the Dixon has. If I was keeping that Dixon, I know Rob was talking about it. You have a good pedigree collection, man. Quality. Thanks, Dog One. My favorite combo is a front flipper and a blade hole. Projectiles are sharp. Yes, Tristan, I agree. Robert Jones, I don't know if I said hi, but if I didn't, how's it going? The Nip L is actually quite good, but I have so many good knives. I need to only get what I really like. What's going on, Cicero? But yeah, I think I want to take the rear flipper off this. I think I've said that a few times on stream. It does. It drives me nuts. I feel like it takes away from the look too. I do wish there was another deployment method, if I'm being honest. But I can take just studs. I think that's why I like the tall boy so much. Because the tall boy has the hole and the stud. I think that's a great combo. Maybe if I wasn't so... I don't think a hole would fit this. Because the scales... Alright, so the scales I'm making right now, they don't have this it goes straight, so I missed this. I don't know, I think it looked more streamlined. Um, Especially on a liner lock. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. We'll see when they're finished. But I probably have, if I'm going to be honest, if I really want to match them up, because I do want to have the reverse pocket clip holes, because maybe it's something I'll give away. I don't know yet. I don't know how far I'm going to take this whole thing. I would like to get my own milling machine so I don't have to travel. Like I said, it's a friend. It's actually a cop that I know that owns a machine shop. Great machine shop, but he does like he rehones cylinders and stuff like that. But the guy is a whiz on the mill. He's a really good machinist. But yeah, so the scales will look a little different. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a backspacer yet. We haven't thought of that, and because of the stuff I ordered, the titanium, I ordered 3 mil and I ordered 2 mil, and this is thicker than 3 mil. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this backspacer, if I'm going to make one. I don't know what I'm going to do. Or just wait until I can order thicker material. It is hard to find sheet titanium in more thicknesses. It really is. 3 millimeter or whatever that's equal to in inches. What is it, like 0.16 or 0.18? Let's see. 0.12. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find sheet titanium any thicker than that. At least not in bulk in thousands of dollars. I think I bought, like I said, I have 2 pieces right now. One's about 3 millimeters and one's 1.2, whatever that ends up equaling. No, 0.08, and the other one's 0.12. Something like that. And that was the thickest I could even find, was the 3 mil piece. Twisted, how's it going? So it was kind of frustrated. Clint, I don't know if I said hi. I'm Blue. What's going on? Blue, I got to reach out to you too. Robert Whaley, what's going on, buddy? Brown Sugar, how you doing? The only 2 I'm waiting on now are my Mini Adamas and Mini Dixon. Oh, nice, Zach. I wasn't a fan of the Adamas. I found it bulky, but I never handled the Mini. And people know I'm not a Benchmade hater. I like my Benchmades. I love my Osbornes, the Mini, and the full size. I like the bug out, especially if you can get them for around 160, even if it's just the S30. I don't care. I love my Freak. Personally, I bought me the Freak is actually in here somewhere. Well, they were. But yeah, I don't know. I think the scales are going to come out nice. I do. I am worried about the backspace, and now that I look at it, I actually don't know how thick the backspacer even is. Let me zero this out. Ooh, and I bought some new dials because I know I'm going to need them. Because I also ordered some blade steel. Actually, what is this? Oh, it's this 4.3 millimeter. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out with that backspacer, because I think, what do you guys think? If this had titanium scales on it, you wouldn't want that backspacer, would you? Is Twisted in here? If she is, hey Twisted, what's going on? Still waiting on my win. Oh yeah, Joe, you won from bees? That's awesome. But April, May. Oh, that's a long wait. Yeah, when I won at bees, it was the clipper, the one of the knives I'll be giving away. That wasn't from bees. That's why I'm giving it away. It was actually from Kaiser or Concept. Who makes a clipper? One of them. Kaiser clipper. Yeah. But I got that. It was at my house in like 4 days, but that was straight from Kaiser. And hey, does anybody know? I know yesterday Derek was talking about the Usurper. His knife that's coming to market. It should be any day now, I guess. Does anybody have any info on when that's actually going to hit the store? Because I do. I want to support him. Derek's a really good guy. I was lucky enough to meet him last Blade show. Not the one that just passed, the year before. Really sweet guy. Get to meet him and some of his family. Great people. Ooh, and for those pen freaks out there, I know there's a lot of you in here. I like this ink, this Pelican stuff. Really, really good. It's not super thick. Some of the inks I buy, thick. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. But this stuff, it's not too watery where it doesn't dry quick enough. It's I don't know. It's pretty good. I don't know if the air bubbles. There we go. Really good. Hey, what's going on, Rick's Knives? Hey, Rick, you still got that, well, it's not called the Kraken anymore. What is it, the Cracky? It's changed names like 3 times. The Pyrotech knife. How's that doing? I want to pick one of those up. But my knife budget's kind of slacking right now, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, who's picking up the new knife from KC and Knives Fast? Because I'll say this. I've held 3 of his knives from from his company. And they've all been good. Like, really, really good. They're such good knives. They really are. And if anybody wants one of these single stands, I printed 4. These little guys, they just hold up the knife. They seem to be doing a pretty good job. Just let me know. I'll send them out. But, still trying to figure out a way, because that knife stand I have in the back over here, I don't like how they go together, and you have to glue them. I'm not a fan of that. I told somebody I'd send them out, but I'm not confident in them. What does that hold? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, not a fan. I wish you had a place to see your box giveaways. But yeah, I only seen a couple carries. What's going on, guys? Would y'all carry today? I didn't see blues yet, that's for sure. It's cool for sure, just not for me personally. Still wish I got a downdraft. The downdraft I wish I got too. And I should have. I had it in my hand. And I didn't realize I could have afforded it. That's what pisses me off. I found that out when I got home from Blade Show. I had just enough. But, you know, you kind of worry about gas a little. You're going to be doing your first video? Is that a 3D printed model? Yeah. Why do you want do you want me to send you the stuff for it, Jim? Pyrotech Cracky is the best Omega spring crossbar lock in my... Really? Rick, it's that good, huh? Damn it. Damn it. Maybe I'll check on Blade Bin, see if these are used one. I don't know. Because I should have ordered another knife. I'm not going to say the name of it because it's pissing me off. While it was on sale. Now I have to spend an extra $40. But I want to know, like... I want to know I have the money when the Mini Dixon are in stock again. Because I need to grab one. Send me the file and I can look at them. Okay. Oh, that'd be good, Jim. I forget how good you are at the CAD stuff. I've been using FreeCAD, and I'm just not getting the hang of it. And people say it's easy to use, then I'm clearly stupid. But I'm getting better, don't get me wrong. I'm just having some trouble. Hey, J1 Doobie, what's going on? I make the skull small knife stands with resin. Also, shameless plug. Kelly, please throw your links up. That's why I made you a moderator. I want everybody that's in here that has a link. Please feel free to do it. Brown Sugar, you said you're going to be making some videos soon. Do you want to become a moderator? Let's see. Nope, wrong person. Shaver. Channel activity. Add as mod. Standard. Save. There you go. Max Ace Snowwolf. Max Ace, I have an issue with Max Ace, and it's their OTFs are a pain in the butt to get because they sell out like that. I really wanted, what was it, the Neptune in PEI? Who had one? Somebody had one, and it was really nice. And every time I find one, by the time you go to order it, it's gone. And I think it's just from the Max Ace website. But they're tough to get. They sell out really quick, and they're really solid. I got to handle a couple at Blade Show, and I think Derek for real has one. Was it Derek? I think that's the one. He had one of those, and what was the other one? It wasn't a Microtech. I don't know. He had another OTF that was really nice. The only OTF I've ever had that I got rid of, Kelly sent me one that I still have, and then I had the Infidel, which I didn't like, I have to be honest. Pengeek Bookworm, English Lit degree. Hey, that I did nothing with. Wrote for a newspaper, blah, blah, blah. I have Deacon and Sons in real ivory from 1891. English professional uncle gifted it to me when I was graduated high school. No shit. That's cool, man. I love like the Lammies and stuff like that. The Safari's great one. I got a couple of those around here. Like I said, I had ordered, it still pisses me off, the Chavez fountain pen they did with Big Idea Design, and it got stolen right out of my mailbox, supposedly. And I only say that because it said it was delivered, and I just never got it. What was for lunch, Cliff? I gotta figure something out for dinner. Let's see, what did you have, Blue? The Tempest? Dogenato? Burkle Shiv. Nice. Orlock, Wingspan, Cold Steel Voyager, Fireball, Moore Maker Trapper. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that. The River Kayak. QSP Hedgehog, Arcfield Pro, Baton 4, Aries Raptor, Crow, Top Dog, New Breed EDC, Hanks. Nice. What else have I missed? Caleb. That's it, Derek. The Heretic Manticore. That one's nice, dude. That's a sweet, sweet OTF. I have a Neptune too. Robert Jones, how do you like it? I had a live wire. It was nice. You know what? The live wire is a really affordable option, and they are pretty good. I just ordered a Chavez. Really, speaking of OTFs, I was looking at those earlier. I'm surprised you could still find them in stock. I just got an email. I should check it out with you guys from one of the knife companies. I think it was NC Blade. They always have some good stuff. Max Ace has the Thai ZBP Uranus stocked right now. Really? I ordered my 4th Max Ace OTF last night. Super Dad, yeah, those are awesome. They really are. So Max Ace was at Blade Show when me and Derek went. Yeah, couldn't communicate with them. They're a Chinese company, and that's what they sent to Blade Show. Can't blame them. But there was definitely, me and not Derek for real, Sever 7 were at their booth at the same time, and that Derek was trying to buy some of the knives, and there was definitely a language barrier. There was some issues. The Kershaw Live Wire is my absolute favorite OTF I've got. I want the Blade Show edition in crew wear with a lightning anode bolt on the blade. That'd be cool. Lightning bolt on the blade. The Mallory Forest 2 Concept Osprey. ABW slip and a 1931 slip. Yeah, 1931 has some really nice leather. I give that guy a lot of credit. Only OTF I have is a St. Nick's Knives exclusive UTX 85. Actually, I lied. Hey, what's going on, Ron Crow? I had a UTX 70 that I really wish I still had because they don't make those in the color I had it in. Yeah, it was pink and black. Keep hating. But it was really good. I had originally bought it for a gift, and then I ended up keeping it. And then I sold it to a friend. Not family first, family always. Give those kids the world. Dad raises badass. Hell yeah, Cicero. I can agree with that. What's going on, Rolf? How are you? Just going over some of Burkles' stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's go see what Burkles has been up to. Let me move myself out of here. Nope, that didn't work. Try that again. That's what we gotta do. There we go. Boop. Let's see what Burkles is up to. The Nautilus, man. He killed it on this. And the fact that it's a multi-use knife, it's a tool. Yeah, the picture didn't work last time either. What is going on with that? Kelly W. bought the crypt. That's awesome to see. I can't get these pictures to work. That sucks. I hope it's not like that on the whole site. The Hunter. This is another new one. What is going on here? Huh. That's weird. Well, that's an issue. Well, if you go to his website, we got the Biohazard V2, the Nautilus, the Hunter, the Crypt. These Crusaders are amazing. The Last Mile. I haven't personally checked out the Last Mile, but just the looks alone, I gotta get one at some point. And the Shiv. I love the Shiv, I must say. I have a really, really early interpretation of it. I'm gonna have to talk to Burkles because I want to do a full video on it. But I lost a screw and that's on me. So I gotta buy a screw off of Burkles. He's got so many good things. Yeah, the Plague is another one I really enjoyed. I do have bigger hands. I don't have fat fingers though, and I've talked to some people, and I guess that Burkle said that can be an issue. Oh, and he's got some merch now? No way. Yeah, check out his merch, guys. Check out his knives. That's what's up. I might have to get a tumbler. Liking the flag. Nice. The Raven was another one. The Raven's awesome too, man. He's got a lot of good stuff. He really, really does. And it's handmade right here in good old USA. I love what he's doing. And then, who else? We'll check out Bluminati's stuff. Hey, he's got a collab with Barbie. That's awesome. That's really cool. Who else? He's got a Rolf shirt, a Barbie shirt. There we go. I'm gonna have to get in on something with you, Blue. The Dojo Doggy chip. That's cool. And I got a couple of these poker chips. These are some of the highest quality chips I think you're gonna get. At least in my opinion, but guys, find out for yourself. You tell me. I had a few sent to uh Mo Patty. There we go. That's and I hope she liked them because they really are really nice. But they got a lot of merch over here, guys. Show them some support. They have really, really nice merch. Protector of the fridge. I gotta get one of these at some point. And a hat, because I'm big on hats. Everything you can think of. That being said, I definitely gotta, let's see, I gotta, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. You guys tell me, what was I talking about? Oh, that's what I was talking about. I, had a doctor's appointment today, so, got a few shots, and, I might be a little over-medicated right now. Definitely feel a little funny. And then we got our buddy Minton State EDC, Brian. And Brian does some awesome work as well. Whether it be his, what are those spikes called? The Marlin spikes? They're so good. Where are they? And he got his chips too. Are you still working with him, Blue, on the chips? I don't know if there's any left. He's got his Worry Stones. He's got some really good ferro rods and strikers. He does. He has some really nice stuff. Another guy, handmade right here in America, and he just like Burkles, he takes pride in what he makes. He really does. Some of the alls he makes really nice. But yeah, the Worry Stones, the Pocket Janks, the ferro rods, and I'll tell you what, he sent me some pictures of um his glow material. It is blindingly bright. I don't know where he gets it from, but this stuff right here is insanely bright. Who else do we got? Oh, and then we'll check out White Mountain Knives. What do they got that's new? Don't forget, if you come here, you can always use the code 1776STEEL to save yourself 10%. Oh, these Microtechs are nice, but $400 is a bit steep, in my opinion. Especially with some of the other things that are on the market. Even at the Microtechs. But they have a lot of new stuff in. A lot of these Trevisas. I haven't had too much stuff with Trevisa. I've tried a couple of knives, that's it. Same thing with petrified fish. I've tried 2 or 3. I do like the petrified fish knives. I'm just not sure how I feel about their 14C, if I'm 100% honest. Because right here, I have this exact knife somewhere. Oh, look at that. I got it right here in my hand. And I did have 14C is supposed to be a stainless steel, and I can actually show you in a second here. Ow, as I poke myself. You can't see them too much anymore. But let's see. Let's go back to 48 bucks. Boop. Hey, how's it going? What'd I miss? What's going on, McRanger? Speaking of that petrified fish, this is what I love this knife. And this was it was a trade gift from Derek Friel. I really do. I love this knife. I love that it has multiple deployment options. You can reverse flick it. And it's got that really nice front flipper. But, I had some pitting on this. And this is 14C. And I had to sand it out. I used either 3000 or 5000 grit paper because I didn't want to mess. Because it really has a nice satin finish on this blade. And I was so afraid to mess it up. Like, really worried because I really do like this knife. This is the knife I ended up putting skiffs in. Well, the last knife I put skiffs in, I believe. Yeah, I put skips in this one, I think. Pretty sure I did. But yeah, now you can't see him because I sanded him out. Beside these, oh, there's one tiny little dot right there in the fuller. I don't know if it's coming in. But yeah, it got little itty bitty rust spots. Granted, this knife was spent most of its life in Ohio. I don't know if coming over to the coast messed with it. I don't know. And I feel like the heat treat's good because I use it to cut, and it's sharp. It's very sharp. I did have to sharpen it, don't get me wrong, but it's crazy sharp. And I freaking love this knife. This is such a good fifth pocket carry. Uh, Currency degradation. It's knowing, I suppose, the why. Wait, what? What am I missing, dog one? Is that the mini? Uh, which one? The Cicero this? The petrified fish? The beluga? I don't think it's a mini. Just says beluga. I like their clips. I will say that. And they're squared at the end, yet they still go in your pocket real smooth. I'm a fan. Addicted to Blades, if you're in here, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Price creep irritates the ability to remember previous prices, probably why. Caleb, Jason Beecher said hi. Oh, Derek, tell Jason Beecher to hi from me. Beach is a great guy. It's one thing I'll say, you know, so you guys know I've been doing debates and stuff. This community is the best community on the internet, bar none. It's not even close. And I love some of the people that have been helping me, like with debate prep, shit like that. It doesn't come close to you guys, though. It really doesn't. And oh, I'm just doing this out of curiosity for myself. I'm gonna put up a poll of what you think. If I do venture into making scales and I actually get to put in time, and it wouldn't be an immediate thing because A, my health. That's always going to come first right now. And I have more not good days than I have good days, unfortunately, right now. Actually, I just got blood work back. Wasn't great. What are you going to do? A lot of it was pretty good, though. I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. Um, White blood cell and red blood cell count was really, yeah, that's important. Don't get me wrong, but that was really my main issue. But besides that, it was pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely identical. So the two different sizes are almost impossible to differentiate them by themselves. You know, I didn't know there was even a mini beluga Cicero. I can tell you the exact size of 1 second. So closed, it is out. Let me zero this out. Put it in inches. I got 3.8 closed. Overall length is going to be... Wow, this is a bigger knife than I actually thought. I don't think this is a mini, if I'm going to be honest. 6 3/4. And it stood zero for me. Look at that. I have the same problem that MC does in the same exact pair of calipers. Harbor Freight. But I did just get a nice new micrometer for doing inside lengths and like inside of pipe and stuff. I gotta order a few more things. Like I have nothing right now to measure and mark off the center line of a piece of steel. Say if I was gonna make a blade. And maybe we just got a new kiln, a cheapo, but it's got a thermocouple, and it'll do the job. Let's see. I am going to put a poll up. Uh, ah, ask question. All right. Or hopefully I did that right. I've never put up a poll before. But yeah, out of those, what do you guys like? I mean, this is just all hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know what fits the channel. I think what I'm going to do is my next paycheck, I'm going to order more titanium, but not a little bit more. I'm going to order as much as I financially can, and I'm going to take a couple of you guys. Maybe I'll do a raffle. Maybe that's what we'll do. And everybody's got to have a knife they want titanium scales. And what I'll do is maybe I'll offer a few different textures. And these will be given away. They won't be charged, at least while I'm beefing up my chops at this. I really like how the brazen scales I have, they're going to be good, I think. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing it for myself. You know what I mean? I think they're going to be a really nice set of scales. The only thing like I said, I'm worried about is the back spacer because I don't have anything that thick right now. So I might have to stick with this one, and I think it'll stick out like a sore thumb. But the other thing I'm going to have to do, I don't know if we have we have a big old industrial lathe. I don't know how to make screws this small. I know how to make big screws, um, but I've never done anything this small. You think so, Tristan? I liked all of them. That's why I was like, you know what? I'll leave it up to you guys. What are we at right now? We got 40, 1776 EDC. Ah, blue. That sounds pretty good, right? That has a ring to it. It's kind of funny because I was kind of banking on you guys saying 1776 EDC, but I also like man hands. Knife and EDC. Okay, I could do that. Oh, it's jumping all over the place. 1776 knife and EDC. Well, now what are like the most common knives that people have? Things like Elementums, but so many companies make scales for those. But I feel like the Beluga. I don't know if any companies make aftermarket scales you can just order without having a custom order. You know what I mean? And I think, first of all, I had to order. I didn't realize how expensive end mill bits are, or if that's what they called, even. But yeah, I ordered one, and I think it was 1.6 millimeter, tiny head on this thing. And that's what I'm actually doing the micro milling with. Very time consuming. I really figured out real quick why people order those machines that do everything by themselves. You just plug it in and let it do its thing. Doing it by hand is it's a process. Same thing with the plasma tables. That looks so nice. But there is a couple of 5-axis machines out there. They're like $3,000 to $5,000. Pocket NC makes a 5-axis desktop milling machine that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. But I don't think it's titanium capable. Also, the thing I like about titanium is I think you can surface harden titanium, but it's still going to be like 39 HRC. And titanium is usually already 32 HRC. So you don't have to do too much work with that, the hardening stuff. Metal, do you have to pay rent on the name? Metal Relic Art. What's going on, Metal Relic? Do a deep dive of the name you're looking for. Make sure these not Metal Relic. Absolutely. So is the name pull for a channel name or an LLC? Jim, I'd like to do both. Because the reason I'm not even on Rumble, you can't change your name on Rumble like you can on YouTube. Found that out the hard way. Because my name's a little different on Rumble. It's 1776 and Second Amendment or something like that. And I found out YouTube doesn't like pew pew content that much anymore. Not like it ever loved it, but especially with taxes and stuff, it's probably worth starting an LLC. If I'm going to be spending as much money as I have a feeling I'm going to be on machinery and titanium and just metal in general. Like I have, what did I just order? I ordered blade steel, pop something, because I was told it's easy to heat treat, and I didn't even look into it. It was just on a whim, and one of you guys, I haven't seen him here today, told me it was easy. You don't have to nitrogen uh, quench or do any of the nitrogen stuff to harden it. So that's kind of why I ordered that. What the hell is it called? And I don't have it with me, of course. Son of a bitch. And I have Nitro V that I've had forever. I've had it for like 2 years now, and I'm afraid to touch it. I think I've said that before. I still haven't. What the hell is it called? Now, see, now I have to find it. Pups Pro Cut. That's what it's called. So I'm going to try some of that. And there was another steel I wanted to try because I was told it was easy to work with. And it, boy, I don't remember what it was. It might have been AEBL. I don't think you need nitrogen to really get that hardness with it. But yeah, and I'm not even going to try. I think I might make one fixed blade just because I've had a sketch of it for so long. And I still try to envision it. And it's funny because Burkles came close. He had showed me a CAD drawing of something he had done. And he had came close to it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to step on toes. But it wasn't close enough where I'm like, I'd be uncomfortable. And I don't think he would be. I think I've showed him actually the drawing before. And it's a drawing I've been messing around with for years. I've actually shared it in a couple of the chats. It's a Tonto. Pretty simple. I wouldn't want it. It's going to be a hard use knife, so I don't want it to be intricate and stuff. I want it to be able to get dirty and not worry about getting dirt in places where it's hard to clean. So one thing you have to worry about with like fixed blades is if you have like recessed pins and stuff like that, dirt and sand can get in between. I have an LLC registered, but I haven't funded it nor started using it yet fully. Jim, I will say, whenever I talk to people about CAD and stuff, I try to send them Yahweh. Y'all are a whiz with it, especially compared to somebody like me. It's truly impressive what you do, and I do mean that. Um, I do find myself in awe watching your streams when you show the CAD stuff. It's really cool. If you have an Amazon affiliate account, they now allow us to create storefronts. Oh, let me boop. Can I click that link? Yes, I want to leave. Oh, you know what? Let me try that again. I will open it in a new. I can't. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't, okay. Let me check to make sure everybody can still see me. Looks like it. Bro, I didn't get a freak. Hey, what's going on, Lion Not Sheep? Yeah, YouTube's like that. We haven't gone over too much. Don't worry about it. But, if you guys were wondering, this is Jim Cock Design and Supply Storefront. Ooh. I don't even know. Is this just a webcam or? Ah. Very nice, actually. It's funny. I'm cheap. This is the webcam I've been looking at. This is the scale I have to order. So it's here tomorrow. Where's the rest of my stuff? This is the webcam I've been looking at. It's a cheapo, but I gotta get one. Right now I'm just using a phone and a tablet. I did figure out how to get the watermark off my phone, but the tablet, still haven't figured that out. But let's get back to Jim's stuff, because Jim is awesome. So he's got this Logitech Brio 500 full 1080p webcam with auto light correction, dual noise reduction mics. Mics are a nice thing. I gotta get a mic, unfortunately. I was talking to Blue about that the other night. Why isn't it letting me go back? Oh, here we go. Wireless lavalier mics. Jim, there is a company making Hollyland. Check them out because they're not crazy expensive. And I think it's called the Lark V2. I got to use one. They're really, really high quality without the DJI price tag. Phone tripod, Yukos. These are nice. These I'm pointing like you can see me. These are really nice tripods. Very nice. And for the price, you can't beat that. Come on. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah, guys, if you want to support Jim, click that link he put in the chat, please. And show our guy some love. I gotta figure out how to do that. One of these days I will. And of course, you guys already know, if you want to support me, there you just gotta click that to... Oh, Caleb, my face forward camera is this one. Oh, let's see. Boop. Yes. Go to site. The email. You know, I was actually looking at this, Kelly. These are really nice for the price. Really nice. And I think there's 2 versions of this, right? Let me see. I know eMeet has a few cameras. They have the S600 and the S800. I can't see it though. But that is a really nice camera, and I take your word for it, Kelly. I take Jim's. Oh, there is the 800 right here. Yet they're both 1080p, both 60 frames per second. 73-degree field of view, 73. Oh, it's not changing, is it? It's just a picture. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. Actually, I think I actually have this in my cart. Can I go to my cart? Let's see, with all the other bull crap I have in here. I think I have that exact camera in here with the other ones. Oh, it's the eMeet that looks like that, isn't it? TPU, a lot of printed stuff, new welder stuff. I 3D printed one of these. Do. Maybe I don't anymore. I try to save so much stuff between my son, oh, and I gotta get one of these. Does anybody have one of these digital microscopes to look at your blades? So when I do sharpening videos and stuff, you guys can actually check it out. I got a whole bunch of just random stuff, but alright. Maybe I don't have that camera. There's another one. I thought I did. Let's get back to OBS. Oh, and I wasn't even showing that the whole time. I'm such a ding-a-ling. The Brio has a tilt down option, so you can tilt it down and face the desk if you have it mounted. That's awesome to know, Jim. Because I'm starting a channel. Wicked Dream Designs told me to get set up in LLC and I can sign up for the affiliate stuff. Lion, not sheep. Yeah, Wicked Dream Design knows his stuff. Take his advice. That's all I can tell you. Listen, Jim, Kelly, I'll take anybody's advice. As you've seen at the beginning of this stream, I had audio issues again. The receiver for my mic is, and that's the second one. I don't have my other bag over here, do I? Yeah, I do. The first one on the ride home back from Blade Show last year, I had only had it, what, a week? It stopped working, and I took it apart. And I don't know if this will come in. The solder and the actual board right here is broken, but I think it literally overheated in my phone and just desoldered itself, but it also took some of the board with it. So I bought these knowing it would have a receiver, these cheap mics for $5.99, and it's the same exact receiver, the exact same one. I think that's probably what they all do, but I would, in all honesty, check out the Hollyland if you're gonna run a lavalier mic. They're really good. They're a fair price. They're not as expensive as DJI, but I'd say their quality is actually better. And I've been lucky enough to have hands-on time with both of them. Keith, what the heck's Keith's name? He doesn't do knife content anymore. Take it for what you will. All right, let me see, Kelly. I think we had talked about this. I worry about, that's the one thing oh, thank you, Ron Carell. Let's check it out. Let's check out Ron, because he was before Kelly. Yes, just bring me to you. No, I hit the wrong damn button. Oh, hey, speaking of, let me go back to that. So, this right here is a friend. She has been a help. Also, I'm a moderator on a channel, so you'll see me there. Yeah, if you guys are into debates, I know we try to leave politics out of it, but she is really good at what she does, and Emmett's pretty cool too. Get back to OBS. All right. Wrong crow. Go to site. Oh, what? This is not like the ones I've looked at. Digital microscope, 2-inch IPS color screen, portable digital magnifying, $500 for $16. Add to cart. That is a damn good deal. How do you stabilize it though, Ron? I just realized that. Do you just lean it up against something, or just to check it here and there? Because the reason I was looking at those other microscopes is because they were on a stand. But $16 is, I like the sound of that. And then Kelly. Nope. Go to site. Gaming mic, $16. And it's a wired one, which is really, really what I want right now. I was worried about the whole XLR thing, but for $17, something that I can get and start using now, instead of constantly running into issues, the whole wireless bullcrap, is, yeah, that's something I can manage. Actually, I can't even, in all truthfulness, like, truth be told, I can't even do the $16 right now, but shortly enough I will be able to. Because I am hurting. This has been a rough month for me. The last two have been, in all fairness, but no complaining. Crowsblade, one of the cameras I use? Why is it telling me that? No. One, damn! Mr. Crow's balling over here. Insta360. I've heard really good stuff about the Insta360 stuff. How's the mic on this? Or have you ever actually even used it? I am curious. 4K. And this was autofocus, right? Does it have a zoom feature? That's the one thing I noticed about the cheaper ones. Excuse me. A lot of the cheaper ones, this isn't one of the cheaper ones, don't have a zoom function. And if you search zoom, they just think you're talking about this automatically. Oh, okay, that's beautiful. Cool. All right, that's what I need to know. At least right now, until I get a new desk, I kind of need zoom. One of the cameras I use. That camera looks like it tilts too. Caleb, I've been happy to see you out and about. Most excellent. Dog one. I'll tell you what. I've been feeling all right. No zoom for the most part on cheaper cameras. Yeah, Kelly, and like I said, so when I do my videos, I have to set. It takes me about 2 hours to get everything set up. I'm on a. This is my laptop here to my right, so I can see what you guys are saying. I have my photo box on the same table. But after this is over, today I got to shoot. Oh no, I don't have to shoot content today. Tomorrow I do when the scale comes in. Um, I take down this whole table, move it, and then when it's time to make a video, I take it back in here, set it all up. Like I said, it's a 2 hour process for me to just get going in the space I have right now. It is what it is. I do have another table. I just sanded it. I picked it up. It was a freebie. Actually, it was from a friend. I just sanded the top. I'm gonna order some epoxy. Epoxy's getting expensive now. I thought it was supposed to, go down in price, but for like $28, I'm gonna do an epoxy top, red, white, and blue, mica powder in there, and make a big mess. But then I'll have a table that I don't have to take in and out and pack up all that stuff. It'll be a lot easier for me. Same thing with the chair. I have a chair now. Instead of sitting like where I am, we will be moved to another side of the room, but it'll work out better. My photo booth is an antique Coke bottle crate. So I don't have the tripods. I have two of those big, huge, light, like photography lights, that I don't use. I used to use them, but I had to hang them, and that was a pain. I had to set this up, and then that it was a bit much. I do got to get two tripods for them, the lighting tripods, because they have that funny like ball joint thingy at the top instead of like the what is it, a 1/2 inch screw like they all use. Oh, Twisted, you're sick? I'm sorry, that sucks. But yeah, we'll be moved to the opposite side of the room. On Amazon, they had a 250-year America's birthday type deal backdrop. I'm gonna put that up because it's like $7. And then there's shelving over there. I'm gonna be under the shelving. I have to remove one of the shelves, but that's okay, or at least move them up. And then I can put the knives, like I was telling you, all the YouTuber knives, like Brian's, Casey's, and then I'm gonna have to, because this is gonna go out to one of you guys. I don't know if we've said that, but Burkles is giving me the go ahead. One of these is gonna go out to one of yous at 1K, along with this and 7 other knives, 8 other knives, 8 other knives, because this is gonna be somebody's. I do want you guys to know that. I've stopped taking it out. I've stopped using it. It's in amazing condition. I've never sharpened it. I have stropped it. Yeah, I just use my Arc Pro and put it on turbo mode. Jim, that's so funny you say that. The first couple of videos, I used this guy for lighting. The first video I ever shot, because this guy does up to 1,000 lumens, at least with that. And this is what I used for lighting. I had 2 of them. I gave one away not too long ago to my uncle. These are great lights. The V10, the V20, and the V30 by Bo Ruitt. You can get them on Amazon for like $20. Amazing lights. The battery life is meh, but $20. But yeah, this is gonna go to one of you guys, and that makes me happy because this has honestly been my favorite favorite knife. It's so good. And I'll get another one. That doesn't worry me at all. But I've talked to some of you guys, and it ain't cheap. And not everybody's going to be able to get one, so I want to give mine away. I sent it to DVD. It's awesome. It really is a great knife. That did have skips in it. I'm keeping the skips. I'm sorry. That, you know what? Maybe I'll put the skips back in. I don't know. I'm not going to promise anything. So come forth, subscribers. Bring that Dixon to the light. Dog one, absolutely. Yeah, I'm actually excited to know how one of you guys feel about it. I do hope, I know it sounds kind of rude, that someone gets it that A, if they already have one, they're going to modify it, or B, it goes to someone that's never handled one, because it's that good. It really is that good. And like I said, there's going to be 8 other knives. The Clipper is going to be a part of that. The Acacia. I have some stuff. Keep the skiffs, Ron Crow says. Well, I mean, what are they, 15 bucks for a pair? I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I'm looking for another one. Just like that. Those are the ones I like. I like that, and the one that has the circle engraving in it. But I want to do that myself. That's why I want one like that. Because I would like to do that myself, and I want to do some anodizing. That was because I have a hardware set for that. I'm keeping, sorry, for the next one, because I want to anodize some stuff. It is a big milestone, you know? And I've been working at it. I know people are like, dude, you put out videos once a week. Be happy I get that much done. 2 times a month has actually been a struggle. But I enjoy this. I do. This is I get excited on Tuesdays. This is what keeps me going right now. I love getting new knives in and checking stuff out. I like taking them apart, and I noticed I don't do videos doing that, and I have to start. But I'm limited with my camera stuff right now. I have the phone on an awful tripod that just goes like bleh, if I don't have my laptop in front of it. And this camera is a tablet, and it's sitting on this big huge thing that I got my son for his, what is that thing called? The Steam Deck. So yeah. 1,000 dog one, you know, I'll get there eventually. I'm enjoying it right now. I would like to be able to, I should say. I would like to be able to make more content. It ain't like I don't have the time. That's not the issue. It's the health stuff. And I was talking to somebody like, how bad can it be? And I sent him a picture of my hands the other day. My hands are about that thick. It was not good. Actually, you can still see from my skin stretching what it did. I left like these bumps everywhere. They don't hurt, but they don't feel good either. And then, yeah, it's been rough. Hey, I'm in front of TV. What? What does that mean, Derek? Oh, another thing I wanted to ask everybody. I know we don't get into politics and too much, but did anybody watch the UFC event this past weekend? I was excited because I've got to roll with Justin Gaethje a few times out in Connecticut, and super happy for that dude. What a nice dude. I've been following his career since before he was in the WSOF, and for him to finally get a lightweight title, an undisputed lightweight title at 155 pounds in the UFC at age 38 was impressive and such a good fight, too. Derek, it was awesome. It really was. And I'm just going to say this, Josh Hokett is the man for what he said. You can hate me for that. It's okay. It was also a little cringe, but I thought it was funny. It means he can see. Oh, I'm on the big TV. I get it. I get it. But yeah, it was a good time. It really was watching that. So, yeah, we went over the time. I know I have till 9 to not step on anybody's toes, but I've been going to 8. We're going to start stretching that out. Probably do to 8:30 today. Doesn't look like this. I don't know how many people are in here. It looks like it's definitely dropped off, though. Yeah. If you guys want to do anything for me, support the people that support me. Support Burkles. Support Brian. Support Kelly. Support Rolf and Barbie. It's awesome. Shh. And what did this poll come out to? 1776 EDC wins. That's awesome. I may or may not have a new emblem coming. That's already been in the works. And the person that helped me wasn't here. J1 knows what's up. If it's not apparent where I stand, and probably it was already, but hey. I thought it was funny. A lot of people didn't, but what are you gonna do? Laugh a little, Jesus. But yeah, that's what I had planned for today. Was really just to talk, getting the Dixon back, showing that it's a beautiful knife. I will say I am worried because I didn't go to Blade Show this year, so I don't know how small the little Dixon is, and like I said, this has been my favorite knife. And I have held more expensive knives than this. Don't get me wrong. It's not always about price. Hey, Blue. I was talking about you. How did you know? Probably because you do amazing work. And I am super appreciative of you. But I am going to have to get some money for you. That's for dang sure. Some more money. Not for coin. Well, maybe for coins one day. Actually, speaking of it, maybe I could have some made for the 1K giveaway. I don't know. Or I could just support you and use your coins in the giveaway. It's about the same size as a Mac 2, isn't it? I think it's a little bit bigger. Not by much. I think it's a little bit wider in the wide points, and the blade is definitely taller. Not by much, but I think it's taller. I want to pick up the Mini Dixon, but it's not high on my priority list as I have a full-size one. Well, I won't have a full-size one very soon. But then I will again. Because they give me, I can get credit through them, and my credit went up, so that's helpful. Let's not screw that up again. If I win, I'll paint it OD green. Hey, it'll be yours to do whatever you want with it to make it yours. That's what, like I said, that's what I want to see. I want to see somebody either win it, that's going to mod it because they have one, or I want to see someone that's going to take it and just enjoy it for what it is because they, A, not going to get one on their own, or B, just don't have the funds to do it. It's not cheap. Hey, hon, I know you didn't see my previous high. I've got a new laser. Metal coins may be in the works. Speaking of, did you do these for Rob? I got my card Saturday? No, Monday morning. My 1 year thing from Rob. These came out so nice, and I was wondering if you did these. If Rolf wins, Barbie will anodize it purple, and that was my plan originally, Jim. Was to anodize it purple. I know what I like more than the card though, and this goes for everybody. This is the stuff that means the most to me. Is the notes. Stacy has sent me a few. I keep every single one of them. Mark Perez, Loot, whatever you want to call him. He has sent me a couple. The guys from Legion Steel, Marshall and Marissa, they've sent me a couple. Has anybody heard from them? I really miss talking to them. They're really, really, really good people. And without them, I wouldn't be here right now doing this. I will laser 1776 into it. Nice. Dude, Blue, you did a killer job, man. Over my dead body, OD green. I don't know. I like purple. Rolf, did you get... I sent out more. You got them, right? The The NAFs. I'd like to see a clip of turning. That's what. So I ordered a. What do they even call those things? Jeez. I ordered the stuff I needed to from Amazon. A voltage regulator? No, that's not what it's called. Wow. And I don't have my phone to look it up. But I got one of those in the shop so I can do my anodizing. Um, I need more. I need stuff for just junk metal for cathodes, though. But yeah, OD Green with a purple 1776. Hell yeah. Ralph, really? I made sure I used a bubble letter for the last one. And I actually, all right, you know what? I'm looking at your address right here. It's on the box, so that has to be correct. Um, I'm going to send it in the box you sent me. I'll print out some more today. They'll probably be in white because I think that's all I have left. And I'll send you a couple of these too. There's little single knife stands. Power supply. Thank you, Bluminati. Yes. 60 bucks. I had an old one that I had. And it wasn't for that. It was for PCB boards, checking if they work, stuff like that with the cars. Mostly transmission control modules. And sending power straight to the transmission because some of the actuators, just to check them, with 12 volts, even down to 6 volts on some of them. Really weird stuff. But I don't work on cars anymore like I used to, which is nice. Which is really nice. It's one of the worst jobs in New England to have is a mechanic. I'm sorry. It is. I don't care if you're like, no, working on the fishing boats is worse, which, okay. But frustration wise, cars up here rust. You can watch, what are we, 2026? 2021 Chevy Silverado, holes in the chassis. It's a pain in the ass. It really is. All flowers and wow, you don't call me sweetie. This is um yeah, I like working on cars. Don't ever get that twisted. I hate working on rusty cars. It's it's so frustrating when you round off a nut or it strips and it just keeps spinning, or it has a welded nut to it and that breaks its weld and it just sits there and spins and spins and spins and it's just I'm over it. Like, I gotta work on my own truck. I don't want to work on anybody else's. Lobsters aren't covered in rust though. Projectiles are sharp. That's it. That is it. Hey, Robin, what's going on? CAN networks run up to 3.5 volts. CAN networks? CAN. CAN networks. I'm missing something. But I have a tattoo supply, power supply too. I think that only, how many volts does that one run up to? I don't know. But I started using a wireless tattoo machine. I haven't done a tattoo since I did my knee. And that was just to test out to see how kind of power it had. Let's see. Bam. Where is my little Scully skull? Rawr. And yeah, I have a ton of power supplies. What you need? I don't need anything right now. Cabin can, powertrain can, etc. on newer cars. Yeah, I don't work on newer cars. I haven't been lucky enough. I will say this on the um the Power Glide on my buddy's Mustang has a 2-speed Power Glide, and that ran off oddly low voltage, and I think that one was like 3 or 4.25. It was low, and that scared the shit out of me because I thought I was gonna fry it a couple of times. But the TCM on that. Well, the not TCM. I'm sorry. The ECU ran that transmission. He had one of those aftermarket Mabobs. And we noticed the power going to it. We had to splice in one of those, oh boy, what are they called? It needed a step down. And even then, it seemed there was such a delay. You'd switch gears and it wouldn't. I don't know. That's the only power glide I've ever. Is that the only one I've ever? Yeah, I think that's the only one I've ever worked on. And I'll tell you what, the new 10-speed Ford, well, the newer 10-speed Ford transmissions, they're really finicky with power. Like, it has to be exact, it seems. Exact. I didn't like that. I'm happy I don't have to do that. Unless I need to do my own. Like right now, my truck needs some stuff. But I'm just poor. That's why I haven't done that. I bought a can of Miracle Rust Remover. It didn't remove so much as a chance. It's a gray rust. Okay. Power glides are neat. You can push start them. Can you? Like, really? I didn't know that. Huh. Like a bump start like you would on a motorcycle? I did not know that. I know you could do that with, old 5-speeds and stuff. I had a Jeep. That's the only way it would start. Never had reverse either. I hated that Jeep. But I'll tell you what, speaking of old Jeeps, the 4.0 straight 6, I know somebody that has one right now with 625K on it and has never had that block apart. Yes, you have to get them going about 20. Hey, just get a little skid in there. It's always fun. I wonder if you can do that with the new dual. I've never messed with a dual clutch. But I mean, I know I rented a Dodge Charger SRT8. This is back when the SRT8 was the big horse for them. If you pulled in both paddle shifters, it acted as a clutch. Like, you could rev it and then just drop it in whatever gear it told you were in. Like, it simulated a clutch. I wonder if you could do that with them. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to test. If not, you're just going to leave a skid mark. I was wondering, I'm going to bug you later. I didn't want to bother you if you had to get up earlier. Derek, no, Thursday I have to drop off the puppers at the vet. Yeah, speaking of vets and doctors, like I said, I just got home. I had the neurologist today. I got to go back the 30th to meet my new one. And then the 18th, I have a doctor. And then that's it for the month, which is pretty nice. Because that doesn't happen often. So I'm excited that I sold 2 of my previous Jeeps. So a 4.2 carbureted. Ooh. I haven't had a carbureted vehicle in forever. The only one I ever had was my Dodge pickup D150. And I loved that truck. That is money worth, Lord. Old school, I suppose, good maintenance. Yeah, the dog one. So my Silverado out here has 430,000 miles on stock block, stock transmission. The only thing I've ever done now, where I live now, the guy I bought it from owned it from just about new, and I've done the maintenance that truck its whole life. The truck I have now, and what kind of carbs did they come with, Jim? The Jeep I had was a 96. It was EFI. It was a 4.0. That's the oldest Jeep I've ever had, I think. No, I had a 95 too. I had a 95 Wrangler. And then the 96 Cherokee Sport, which I wish they could bring back that exact vehicle. Maybe with digital dash or something, sure, whatever, I don't care. But that body style, because they had 2-door versions of the Cherokee, like that's what I had. I had a 2-door Cherokee, which they didn't make many of. but it was such a good vehicle, especially for off-roading and where I live. So good. 1996 Jeep Cherokee Sport. They had a 4-door and a 2-door. The 2-door was better. And it was a 5-speed. I'm trying to think if that had a foot e-brake or a hand. I think that one had the hand e-brake, which was nice if you were off-roading, because a lot of people in here probably don't realize if you're on a hill in a 5-speed, it wants to go backwards, or unless you regulate the clutch, or if you have a handbrake. Doing it with a foot brake's pain in the butt. Speaking of old vehicles, I had a friend whose dad bought, just sold on Bring a Trailer, a 2000 and, I want to say it was a 3. It was either a 3 or a 5 Dodge Ram SRT 10 pickup. It was like a Ram 1500 with the Viper motor in it. He had a 5-speed and a 4-wheel drive version, which they didn't make many of. Just sold it. And it did not bring what they wanted it to. It only had 22,000 miles. It's black and silver. And it sold for $12,000. I wish I had that money, because it had 22,000 miles on it. I don't know what the aftermarket even looks like for an SRT10 motor, but to have that motor and that body, that's one of the best sounding motors ever made. And I guess I've got an 04 Grand Cherokee with 250k on it, plus on the original motor and trans. She looks rough, but still goes. So 04, I had an 04 with the 4.8 in it. No, I had an 06. I'm lying. I'm sorry. 04 is when they changed the body, though, right? To the headlights they had in 06. But yeah, I loved the 4, not 4.8. Was it 4.7? The Magnum. Now I'm confused. Was it a 4.8 liter or 4.7? I loved the Magnum motor. I had thermostat issues with it, but besides that, we had a white one and I loved it. We had that for around 200,000 miles. Derek, the last Jeep I had was an 05 Wrangler, but it was made in Canada. Canada. Actually, so we had a Ford Ranger, speaking of vehicles that are American. We had a 1978 Ford Ranger made in Mexico and bought from Mexico too. I don't know if this is all Fords that were made in Mexico at that time, but you got a little metal key tag that said Hencho in Mexico, and then it had the VIN number on it. It was really cool. But that thing had no power steering, no power brakes, no power windows, nothing. And it just went. Not fast. It was a 4-cylinder, I believe. It might have been a 6. But it was a 5-speed. And it would chug along. 4.7. Okay. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, the 4.7 Magnum, great motor. Had thermostat issues on a lot of them. Really easy to fix the thermostat. You can put the thermostat in some vehicles backwards. I've seen that done a lot. But besides that, if you don't do that, easy enough. And it's a cheap part. Actually, I think I told Derek this. My very first mechanic's job, the guy's dead now, so I can say this and not feel bad. The very first job I had was an old Portuguese man, which where I live, that's super common. Came in, he had a Ford Ranger, it was like a 96. And he goes, I just put a new thermostat, it no work, I don't know, is it junk? I take it apart, realize he just has it flipped the wrong way, put it back in. 15 minutes. My boss charged him for her a new thermostat and my time, and it made me hate working as a mechanic under people, because I realized how dirty people that run mechanic shops are from that day on. I remember changing a fuse in a girl's car because she couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and her mechanic boyfriend couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and it was just a fuse. No, it was a relay, but that's like changing a fuse, I guess. It took me about 25 minutes to figure it out. Changed it. You're talking less than a $5 part. And I watched this guy charge this girl like $300, and it just bothered me. And I worked for a lady she's still alive, so I'm not gonna say her name. That ran a car a lot, and if you are ever getting your child a car, please check it. Have somebody you know check it out. Remember them selling? It was before I worked there. They sold this kid her first car, and they brought it back to me one day. Owner wasn't there. I had just started. I was doing brakes on a different car. They bring this Volkswagen in, and the transmission mount and motor mount in the front, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Like, if she would have drove off a curb, the motor would have bounced and hit the ground. That's putting someone's life at risk. Like, legitimately. And they're like, oh, we just got this car. They had only put like 12 miles on it. And she's like, I don't know what's wrong with it. If I hit a bump, it sounds horrible. She pops the hood and my jaw almost dropped. And all I had to do was, uh, so where the motor mount connected to, it was actually near the, uh, where was it? Oh, it was near the passenger's wheel well, where this block of metal that held the motor and basically sat. Whoever had put the previous one in completely stripped out the threads that were in the metal that were connected to the car. So all I had to do was put the drill it out, the next size up, rethread it, put a different bolt in. That's really all I had to do for that. And then the transmission, basically the same thing. For the transmission, I put a brand new transmission mount in. They acted like we did so much work because she came in, asked what happened, the owner of this place, and it blew my mind. But they could have killed this girl. And it made me real sour to that industry, working at car lots and stuff like that. I've seen that, been a victim of it as a kid, pacing now. They are selling now for more than I bought mine when I was selling. Plus, got a concept acid dioxide, copper inlay frame lock, flipper S35 like new, never used, 115 shipped. Uh, Addicted to blades too. Could you send a picture to my Instagram? I'll post it there too. I know you probably have way more followers than I do, but I'll post it. And if you want, I won't put a price. I'll just, hey, contact Dick the Blades if you're interested. They only made the LJ 3 years, 04 to 06. Yeah, that's the Wrangler with the kooky eyes, right? I mean, the Cherokee with the crazy headlights. And then my ex-wife had the 2011 Hemi, nice Jeep Grand Cherokee. And that was the Laredo version. The one we had before that, the white one, was an 06 Cherokee that had the 4.8 in it. That was a limited. But I'm a Mopar guy. I know, especially in the early 2000s, transmissions and late 90s, mid to late 90s, transmissions were miserable for those. And they were. I had was it a 92? No, I had a 92 Dakota. I also had a 96 Dakota. That was a 3.9 liter V6 EFI. I went through like 6 transmissions with that stupid thing. But I had the posi in that, and that thing left strips. 3.9 V6, that was a decent little motor, honestly. Nice, Eric. My brother and I had a CJ2A when we were younger. It rusted away, though. 1946. My grandmother's ex-husband had a 40s Jeep. I think it was a 42? It was a Willys Jeep, right? 42? I don't know. I like the old Willie stuff. The old Harley stuff I really like. Um, I don't like what the Harley's doing now, I can tell you that. It's been a bummer watching that company sink, especially because I still have mine. And I think the only bike I would trade the Harley I have now for is, I really like the Indians. They just stopped making the FTR 1200s. I don't know what it is about that bike. I really want one. 42 probably was the Willys, because that's the only one they had in World War II. That's the one they... Yeah, well, my grandpa had one. It ran on leaded gas, though, and I guess that was a pain. He didn't have it very long. He got rid of that and bought a Studebaker, then had the Studebaker for a while, then got rid of that and bought a Model A. Had that for a while. Um, and then that's the one I told you we drove backwards over the Praga Bridge in, which was terrifying. But it only had enough torque and reverse or whatever to make it up the hill. My first car was a 68 GTO. Are you serious? Our Resident Ninja had a 68 GTO. Color me jealous. The only muscle car I really had, if you could even call it that, because the 80s neutered muscle. I had an 85 RSSS Camaro that I absolutely adored, but had problems with. Not sorry, not the only one that had in World War II. That was the one they had around World War II. Oh, that's all right, Derek. No worries. Yeah, so yeah, I love old vehicles. I know we've talked about it on the stream a few times. I love old vehicles. I love new vehicles. Just don't get me rusty. I'm so sick of rust. I think that's why I'm avoiding working on my truck. Is because I know I'm going to get under there and just be miserable. And then I'm going to see things that I want to fix, and I'm just going to take them apart and not do them. Because that's what I do. I think it's the blades coming hot with the... Now, was the Judge in 1968, or did they make the GTO Judge in 69? I know if I could get any vehicle from that era, it'd be a 71 Challenger. It's my dream car, or a 1964 VW Bus 23 window. Because those are just, but they're disgustingly expensive. The cheapest one I've seen lately in drivable condition was $30,000. When I first got my license, you could pick them up so cheap. Same thing with the 80s Fox bodies, 400 big block. Ooh. Yeah, the old 400 big block, the 427 Cobra Jet, the 427 no, the 426 Hemi. So many. And they all lied. They all lied about how much they could make horsepower wise. Because I think the 400 was the first one that broke the 400 horsepower barrier. I think. And then the 426, I think, broke 500, but they said it didn't. Because they had that gentleman's agreement back then. I really need a 68 A body before I die, or I can't drive anymore. A 68 A body, that'd be cool. See, now my version of that is an 85 Olds Grand National. I drove one and I hate it now because I should have never did that. Old turbo technology was dog shit, but that's what makes it fun because boost just kicks in. You're in second gear, you're gonna feel it around 3,500 RPM to 5,000. Okay, maybe. Or it could kick in at idle. You never knew. I don't know what what was going on back then, how they made their wastegates. I don't get it. I've never dealt with a turbo straight six from the 80s. Beside that, my buddy's uncle has one, and it's in mint condition. My Air Force buddy called me Knight Rider. I, so Jim Cox, me and my mom have a friend that has a 68 Malibu with a 396 and a Camaro. No, I think the Camaro's a 70. I'd have to ask. But yeah, him and his wife both, he built his, and then he built his wife's Malibu. I'm the Malibu guy. I like the Malibu. Another car I really like, I don't know if any nerds in here, but The car from Supernatural. Like that one, too. 73 Olds Delta 98 455 Rocket. Okay. Okay. Yeah, did I write down? Because that was a 67. I just can't think. 1967. I think that's a four-door Malibu, too. Actually, you know what? We had a... So, me and my grandmother's ex-husband, when they first moved down to Florida, we bought a 68 Camaro cash for one of his friends. That was really cool. Kind of felt like a 67 Impala. Thank you, Jim Cox. The four-door Impala. 60, the 64 Impalas are the ones with that bubble window, though, and I don't like that. And I heard good luck replacing it nowadays. That's the one they use for the lowriders, is the 64 Impala, right? And they put them on airbags and play La Cucaracha as they drive along. But why did they call you that, Ron? What did you have? I seen something about an 80s car. Where'd it go? Was that Ron? I had an 84 Firebird back in the day. You know, it's funny, my uncle Jason had an 84 Firebird too. Or Trans Am, whatever you want to call it. And that was like the first car I ever fell in love with as a kid. I was like 5 or 6 when he got that car. And I loved that car. That's what made me get my Camaro. And I'd kill for that car back because I don't know if you guys have seen the Camaros, Trans Ams, the Mustangs from that era they've shot up in price, and they're not worth it, to be honest. The 305 really was a shitty motor. Not in the Mustang. The Mustang, the 305 was great. The Chevy, that was a dog. You had to get the 350, but then the 350 was just the 350. It kind of was been done before a billion times, and it really didn't make that power. And it's not GM's fault, really. It's the EPA's fault. But yeah, I would kill I'd kill to put my 5.3 in it. I have a 5.3. I don't care how many miles are on it. I would just have the cylinders honed and drop it in a nice Camaro from that 80s. I'd love that. Even the Catfish. I don't like the looks of them. I will say though, they did the big block in 04. I think it was. The last year they made the Camaro, they did you could get it with the big block in it. And even them, they didn't feel powerful. 454. Yes. They had the 454 version the last year of the Camaro until they brought it back. And it was meh. You know what? I drove a newer. The newer Camaros. I think it was a 2011. Didn't like that. Couldn't see out of it. If you can go Route 1 or something. They're cheap enough. The newer Camaros, you can not see out of those windows. And then the pillars are massive. So you have a blind spot here. You can't see out of the windshield. And good luck seeing out of the back. I do like the look of them, though. Gotta run. Take it easy, Rolf. Robin and Derek are making me want to go install my subwoofer in my Silverado. Hey, you want to do it for me, too? I got a nice 12-incher. It's somewhere over here, too. A nice kicker. And it's the LS Comp. The 12-inch. But I don't have a... No, I don't. I don't have a amplifier anymore. So I don't think it would do so good. My stepbrother got a 76 Carousel Orange Trans Am with a great... Ooh! At 14 years old, my, how things have changed. You can't get anything now for cheap. He worked as a locksmith full time at age 11. Dude, I give him props. You know, I've been looking into... That's so funny. I've been looking into the whole, like, mobile locksmith thing. These guys that do videos on YouTube. And because I don't think that'd be stressful on my body as a job. Because I can still drive. And the key cutting equipment I was actually looking at online, it's not crazy investment. I had a friend with a 72 Olds Cutlass. My mom had a Cutlass. My mom also had a Ford LTD 396. My grandma, though, my mom's mom, she had some pretty good taste in cars back in the day. Uh, she had a few 280Zs. One of them she turned into a boat. But, yeah, 280Zs, an RX-7 rotary. Not the last gen of the RX, the 87 RX or 86. She had a custom-made Dodge Dakota. She had a 1996 Dodge Dakota with the seats in the back that went sideways. Not a fun back seat to drive in. With the biggest engine Dodge had at the time, beside the Viper, because they did have the Viper motor. But I had a 5.7 liter, and then she had a Magnum's Magnus supercharger, Magnuson supercharger on it, but it was a 2.4 liter supercharger. I got an '07 Silverado and I got a heck of a system in it. Nice. I got a '99 Silverado that had a heck of a system in it. Buddy had an '89 Turbo 2 RX-7. Robin, that's my grandmother had a Turbo RX-7. She loved it, apparently. My brother had a 72, but she still says her favorite car was she had a 240, a 280, and a 300ZX. She was a Nissan person apparently, and she liked all of them. And the 300ZX was a turbo. Derek, because I thought you sold it, honestly. And that'd be another 5 point. I like having 5.3 liters at my side. And you know what? Sucks. 06. If y'all was an 06, I wouldn't even have to change my ECU because 99 to 06, those the 4.8 and the 5.3, it's the same wiring harness, which I think that's pretty cool. I have the, I guess that truck was special ordered. That truck was, I have a 4L80 and it was supposed to have the 4L60, but it was special ordered. I don't know. Dude, Apex, that's the same grandmother that used to drive tractor trailer. She was pretty gangsta, honestly. That's the one I bought the Ritter Hogue was for her for Mother's Day. I used to work at a distribution company that sold 12-volt electronics, everything from car stereos to CBs and scanners. That's cool. My uncle's Trans Am, he had a CB in that thing. he thought he was Smokey in the Bandit over there. But yeah, so we did our 2 hours like we're normally supposed to. So that's impressive. Thank you guys for talking cars with me. I have a Kicker 600-watt mono amp to use with it. Oh, do you? Nice. I had a cheaper amp. I have the Kicker sub, but I didn't have a Kicker amp. I had the, what was the old Sony? Explode! I had a Sony Explode 1500-watt 4-channel amp that I used to run. The last car it was actually in was my Volvo. I had a Volvo S80 T6 that I blew up. That thing was like 460 horsepower at the wheel, though. I liked that car. I screwed up when I bought it and bought the front-wheel drive version and was told, I didn't check, my fault. No, this is the all-wheel drive version. Okay. I put, when I blew it up, I think I was pushing 62 pounds of boost. Oh, I'm an idiot. I actually put a hole in. That's the only engine I ever put a hole in. I should have pulled the Rockford Fosgate out of the F-250 I just sold. Was it a gas or a diesel? Because that's, right now, I'd love to get an 03 F-250 diesel. Or a Gen 1 Dodge Ram 2500 diesel. I could actually do a 24 valve Cummins or a 12 valve. I don't care. I'd like the 12 valve because everything's mechanical. And it's easier to work on, and I can learn because I don't know much about diesel. I have an uncle up in Pennsylvania that I'd probably go visit because the guy, he used to race, and the guy's brilliant when it comes to diesel. He's been a farmer his whole life, and I think I've said this before on the stream. I watched this guy from scratch make a radiator for one of his cars, and the time he did it in, and the quality. The guy, I don't know if anybody in here welds aluminum. It's not the funnest thing to weld. I can weld aluminum. It don't look great, and it probably won't seal perfectly the first try. I'll get there. This guy's welds looks like a machine did him. The way he stacks dimes and the quickness at which he welds at it blew my mind. I'd sit there. I don't know how the guy is blind, number one, because he's like, eye protection, no, and just sitting there just digging away. But yeah, Jim, everything's for sale. And eliminate the EGR cooler. Uh, I didn't know that a lot of the states, even if it's old, well, like California, I guess. Somebody was telling me that you can't do EGR deletes in California at all, no matter how old it is. And that blew my mind. Because I'm in Massachusetts, and we're just going to follow right behind. So that was worrying me. But yeah, as of right now, if you get a 6.0, they are awesome. As soon as you put the head studs in them. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. So dog one, my next door neighbor, the guy that used to live across the street from me, before his dad died, that's what he collected. It's all Mustangs. Anything from 64.5 to 70. And he had multiple. But he used to go on the show because cars were constantly Barrett Jackson's auto sale. Before he died, his last one was a 67. I didn't personally like it because it wasn't stock. The trunk, instead of opening like that, it opened up and then like this, straight. Like you had to lift it and then flip it. And it had murals of horses, Mustang, I guess. This freaking car sold for $225,000. And it wasn't numbers matching, I don't believe. So that's kind of, I don't know. But he had a 64.5, and I guess in 64.5, the first year the Mustang came out, they didn't have V8s. It was a straight six, I believe, or a slant six. I don't know. I'm not a Ford guy. EGR deletes are illegal, but they are cutting back on enforcement. Okay. Only fines, no prison. I can deal with fines, especially where I live. I could run farm diesel in a truck if nobody out here cares. But yeah, so he used to do. Actually, it's the first time I ever seen a ZR1 in real life. He has. If I were to take you guys outside right now, they sold the house last year. So the new family actually just moved in. The garage in the front of the house, it's massive. It's 2 floors, and you can drive up both floors, which is really fucking cool. But they built that garage for the cars, and his dad did some impeccable work on classic Fords. But yeah, is that the one that's no so he had it was maroon. I still remember the episode because they showed the trunk. It was like a big thing on the 67. Then he had a 64.5 that sold for a lot, but he had the what the heck was that? The Not Orange County Choppers, the other guy, Jesse James, the motorcycle guy there. He did a lot of work. They had a 64.5. He did a lot of work on it. And then what other ones? So they used to rent it out, like so you could keep your car there in the winter because it was heated and all that. They had a friend that had it had to have been in the 80s because it was a C4 Corvette, but it was the first ZR1 Corvette I had ever seen, and I didn't realize how. If you guys ever have the opportunity to see a C4 or a C5 Corvette, the ZR1 especially because they have wider wheels, just go up to the tires. The stock wheels on those things are like 12.5 inches wide, I believe. It's absolutely astounding how cool and how much grip they grab. They also had the son, who was kind of a weird dude. When his dad sold one of the Mustangs, helped him get the Evo 4. The nice one. The one, not the Toyota Camry Evo. The one before that. The Evo everybody wants. He bought one of them brand spanking new. And let me drive it. Which, I will say this. As cool looking as that car was and as great sounding, it didn't put you in your seat like you would expect. Very cool car, though. I think I've told Derek, the fastest car I've ever been in, though. I've been in an older Viper, the 96 Viper. That was cool. I've been in two SRT10s. I've been in a Trackhawk. I've been in an SRT8 Jeep. The fastest car I ever been in. Oh, and I've been in my Subarus. I've had some really nice Subarus. The fastest car I've still to this day ever been in was a Mazda Speed. No, it would be okay. I guess it'd come. I know exactly how fast the Mazda was. The Mazda was as fast as 146 at 10.2 in a quarter mile. And my Uncle Dwayne's F350, though. Now, it's so weird I'm going to say this. The F350, and it's a dually. It's a diesel dually, and I don't know what the hell this guy's done to this thing. I know it's compound turbo setup, and it's on a bully dog chip and all this bullcrap. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know how much we missed there, but yeah. The 93 Viper was one of my favorite cars. It was on my wall along with the 1996 Carrera. Oh my god, the 911 Carrera 4S. It's gorgeous. I don't care what anybody says about the broken yoke headlights. I love that car. But yeah, the fastest vehicles. My buddy has an F-150 that's 808 horsepower at the wheels. On a moderate tune, too. Not like some extravagant, crazy tune. I think he's pushing 30 pounds of boost to make that 800 horsepower. And it slams. I loved the track. Dude, the Trackhawks are dope. This would have beat the Trackhawk all day, up and down. But the Trackhawk I had been in was bone stock. The first one I ever drove in, the first Trackhawk, I couldn't even do a launch control launch if I wanted to because it hadn't hit 500 miles yet. But the second one had. And we did launch controls in that. I did launch controls in a 2003 Carrera. And that was the 0 to 60, and that was obnoxious. PAS. Damn, brother. What is it? What? So, yeah, I think the ooh. I know the F-150 is faster than the Mazda. I've never went down the track in it, and I don't think he has either yet. But the F-350, the way it made you feel, I think that might have been the fastest vehicle I've ever been in. And that's weird to say. Now, everybody's doing the F-150s, though, because they have that Coyote in it. And they all twin turbo them now, or they supercharge them. I feel like you get more out of that motor with a turbo setup, but watching these guys easily get 700 horsepower, and we're talking stock bottom end too. That's what blows my mind about that. The Coyote motor. What's going on? But all right, everybody, it's 9 o'clock at night. I want to thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it. You know that. 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It could dance for an SUV. Dog won the, what is it? The Tesla X does it in like 2.9 or something like that. I've never driven in the fast Teslas, though. I've driven in two Teslas, but they weren't the, what are they called? The dual motors? Or the quad? I don't know how the electric stuff works. I really don't. The only electric car I ever driven in was an old Fiat electric car. And it wasn't even, I don't think that was a production car. I think, actually, I don't know. I'd have to ask. But a little two-seater Fiat that was electric from the 70s. It's the only electric car I ever drove in. And that had car batteries for batteries, not these lithium-ion bullcrap they have now. It's basically like a golf cart setup. But Mick, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm about to log off, but always love seeing you. And the winner for name, I gotta write that down. I can't say I'm surprised. But yeah, let's see. Let me write down the numbers. Just 52, 5, and 43. But yeah, besides that, guys, I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you guys for coming out. Remember, I love you.